Hi everybody, it's Radley, and it's time for this week's Ask Rad. And that includes these days our reading for the week. So we're going to be getting our angel messages for the week of September 18th through the 24th. So let's go ahead and get started with that. This is going to be the first part of the video, so for those people who just want that part, well, you can just have that. Alright, so we're going to be working, I thought it would be fun to work this week with animal tarot cards. And so these are actually starting to ship. If you want them right away, you can get them pretty fast from Barnes & Noble. However, they won't ship from Amazon until around the 1st of October, which, believe it or not, kiddos, is just around the corner. I know. Oh my God. Okay, so let's find out what kind of week we've got coming up September 18th through the 24th. All right. Okay. Sounds like we're gonna be having some change coming, I think, this week, because the cards that I just drew are, or they asked me to shuffle 5 times. All right. So, and 5 in angel numbers is change. So, oh, wow. Okay. So that is borne out a little bit, but also it looks like we're going to have a good week, kids. These are very positive cards. So the first card is the wheel. This is the wheel. And so for those of you who may or may not know, the wheel is a card that talks about change. It's where things possibly have not been moving though quite the way we want them to, or feeling as though we're not moving at all. But when the wheel shows up, it means, okay, now things are going to start going. Now things are going to start happening. Now things are going to start to move. So this card can also represent someone who's about to move or travel in one form or another. But also sort of keep in mind that all of the major arcana cards, well, almost all of the cards except for the pages, have astrological attributions to them. And so the astrological attribution for the wheel is Jupiter. And Jupiter in astrology is all about expansion and good luck and positive stuff and happy stuff. And so even though, in traditional tarot, the wheel can move in all directions, I always generally think about the wheel as moving in a positive way, in a very positive direction. And so here's some nice, we've got some nice symbolism in the new animal tarot cards. You'll see golden pears, and that's all about abundance and prosperity. But this card is also, one of the things that's nice about animal tarot cards is it has the added symbolism and meaning and messages that comes from the animals that are represented on the cards. So what do we have on this card? We have reindeer or caribou. Now, reindeer and caribou are basically the same animal. It's just that the caribou are larger than reindeer, and caribou tend to be wild, whereas reindeer tend to be more domesticated in one form or another. Now, the thing about reindeer and caribou is that they can move, they can go from a total stop to up to 50 miles an hour like that. So see why that symbolism matches the wheel? Something, a card about a situation where things have not been moving and now suddenly they are moving. And reindeer and caribou, they have the ability to cover long distances, and they also have the ability to get through great challenges. So this is the beginning of the week. This is Monday and Tuesday, so it's a nice start for the week. You should see things really start to pick up, and probably pick up really, really fast. Now, the card for Wednesday, Thursday is the sun or the bluebird. So again, really, that's like, I'm excited about this week. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see what happens this week. Because the bluebird, there's a reason why they call it the bluebird of happiness, right? Exactly. So the sun is a card where wonderful things happen. We get very great, we get recognition back from things that we've done, things go very positively, things come to, sometimes projects that we've been working on come to a very successful conclusion, and so very, very positive. Now, like I said, bluebirds, the bluebirds of happiness, right? I don't know if you've seen bluebirds fly, but it's like a dance, a joy that they do in the sky. And And it's that joyful dance and their beauty that really gets them noticed. So perhaps you'll be getting noticed too. You might get some recognition for some things that you've done that will go really, really well. They're also a reminder that life can be joyful, that life is meant to be joyful. Now, here's a little thing. My kids in my Certified Angel Tarot Reader course, they already know about this little tip. But here's a little tip for you. All of the major arcana cards for animal tarot cards have a butterfly on them. And that butterfly corresponds to the chakra system. So here you can see that the butterfly right here for the wheel is yellow. It's a yellow butterfly, indicating the yellow chakra system. Also, on the sun, we have a blue butterfly, right? A blue butterfly for the throat, singing like a bird, getting your message out there, singing the praises of others as well, all right? So don't forget others. It's like if you get your praises, you pay it forward and make sure anyone else who is helpful in this situation also gets their moment in the sun. Moment in the sun. So finally, here's the weekend. So we've got Two of Spring. Also a really positive card because Two of Spring follows Ace of Spring. Ace of Spring is a wonderful opportunity, but Two of Spring is making the most of that opportunity, doing everything you can to really go after the wonderful things that have come earlier in the week from these two cards. Now, you might wonder, why did Radley choose a pelican for this card? Well, I chose a pelican because pelicans are very social birds, and very often with Two of Spring, we work with someone else. We look at the opportunities, and we might need to hire more people, or we might need to just work with someone on something. And pelicans are awesome birds because they work together as a flock. They work together to find food, and they're extremely careful not to waste any of their resources, and they just want to seize every opportunity that comes their way with gusto and happiness, and they're just dedicated to the good of the group. And so when you see the pelicans, it's basically saying, surround yourself with loyal and helpful people. Surround yourself with loyal and helpful people. And so that you can get things done. So again, I am excited about this week. It's like things finally getting going, getting going Monday, Tuesday, being very successful on Wednesday, Thursday with the stuff that starts, and finally having the weekend to really review and think about, oh my gosh, look at all this great stuff that just happened, and what am I going to do with it? How am I going to make the most of it, and what is my next step? So, wow, kiddos, we've got a great week coming, and so there you go. For those of you who are just tuning in, we just did our angel messages for the week using animal tarot cards, and it's going to be a great week. So once this video is over and it's posted on Facebook and YouTube, and it'll be posted on Instagram, but they only let me keep it there for 24 hours, as you probably know. But these other places, you can go back and watch the thing from the beginning to the end, but it's looking like a really, really awesome week. Yay. All right. So that is taken care of. So let me just put away these cards so that we can move on to the next part of Ask Rad. And the next part of Ask Rad is doing readings for you guys. So we have made some changes. This is I believe it's our third week since we made some changes. It was getting way too complicated trying to go look for questions on the Facebook post and also on the two screens that I have in front of us. So we have made it a lot smoother and a lot simpler. So I am just taking questions from the live feed. So don't go post questions on Facebook because I won't see them. I'm not looking there. I'm just looking at you beautiful people right here on Facebook and Instagram. So, so let's see. So Miss Abigail Hot. I just love Instagram. Miss Abigail Hot. Okay. She wants a reading, a message from her mom. So the way I do those is I love to use Talking to Heaven by Doreen Virtue and James von Prague. So Abigail, let's see what message we get from your mom. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. Aw. So, so the first card is the earth is our school. The earth is our school. And so I think that she's just basically trying to say that you're here to learn, that you're here to, I'm kind of getting this message of that as you learn life's lesson, I almost don't want to say lessons. As we learn life's, the things that life wants us to know. I don't know, lessons sound so like, turn your page to page 47, we're going to talk about algebra. but anyway, so the earth is our school. So you're probably learning some stuff right now, and maybe some of the stuff that you're learning doesn't necessarily always feel all that great, but just remember, it's you're learning. When we go to school, we go there to learn stuff so that we can have a better life, so that we can have the tools that we need in order to have a more joyful life. So think of life that way. Next, she says, I am surrounded by loving animals. I love this card. So I'm betting that your mom is up there with some pooches and some kitties and bunnies and all kinds of things from animals that either preceded her or have crossed the rainbow bridge to go play with her since her passing. And finally, I love this card. I watch over you every day. Aww. And so I love that this card also has a heart on it. It has a lovely little heart on it. And it's like, so I kind of went, you know what, here's the thing. So how did you get this message? You got this message because you turned on to Ask Rad and you asked Radley Valentine to get you a message for your mom, and the hearts are just exploding up the side of the thing. So think of those hearts as being for you. Think of them as being for you from your mom, and also consider this as being a new message for you. It's like the people who are passed over and our angels often use symbolism and signs as a way to get our attention. So perhaps a heart already meant something to you for your mom, but even if it didn't, maybe you now have a new sign, a new message, a new way of knowing that your mom is saying, hello, Abigail. Okay, let's put these away, go to Facebook. Let's see. So Anne wants to know if I see a new boyfriend for her. So, it's like, relationships are really important. It's one of the things that I talk about in my new book, How to Be Your Own Genie, which, by the way, went to print this week. Yay! It went to print on Thursday. I am so excited. You're welcome, Abigail. So, I'm so excited. It went to print on Thursday. I've read it 5 times now. I'm practically recited. So, anyway, one of the things that I talk about in the book is that if you want a relationship and you have love in your heart to give, I really basically believe that the universe abhors a vacuum. Now that's an old saying, it's sort of a little scientific, I know. But what that saying means, if you don't know, Anne, is that nature will always fill a vacancy. And I believe the universe will always fill a vacancy. And so if you have love in your heart and you really are wanting love in your life, the universe is going to fill that in perfect timing. But let's pull some cards on that. And I think I want to start this week with Angel Tarot cards. And let's see what we have for Anne. Okay, I got that message. Woo! Okay, all right, well, this looks good. However, the first thing is, you got to work on this, Anne. This is 9 of air. This is 9 of air. And in tarot, this actually in traditional tarot, it has an old nickname. The nickname was the nightmare card because in traditional tarot, it's this woman laying on a bed and she's sat up because she's had a terrible nightmare. And in a way, we followed that. We have a bunch of unicorns who are sleeping, and we have just one unicorn that is currently awake, and that one unicorn is the one that's having to be on watch. Now, perhaps that unicorn just woke up from a bad dream, or perhaps this unicorn is staying awake to make sure that nothing bad happens. But either way, this is a card that sort of talks about where we are expecting the worst, where we're kind of in a negative place. And you may be sort of sitting around and thinking to yourself, oh, it's never going to happen, or if it does, it'll be somebody awful or whatever. And also because this card is sitting in the past, this card can indicate that you've had some really bad experiences with relationships, and I'm really, really sorry for that. However, you need to let that go, okay? You have to let that go, and you also have to learn to trust yourself. So if you're having any sort of energy or feelings around the thought of, I'm not good at this, I always pick the wrong person, I just don't trust myself, blah, 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 you need to wash all that away as well. So the next card is the High Priestess, the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a card of where things are not quite happening right now. And it's a card of going within, perhaps to do some healing of this, all right? A card of going within, a card of sort of like thinking about what it is that you want. Archangels that are really great for helping you to find a relationship are Archangel Shamuel, whose name means the eyes of God. And Shamuel is an archangel who can see anything, okay? The eyes of God can see anything. So Archangel Shamuel can see where your next boyfriend is coming from. But also Raphael. Raphael is known to have done some matchmaking. Not in the Bible, I think it's in the book of Tobit or something like that. I've been doing a lot of research on archangels, so I'm like reading all this archaic stuff. It's like, ugh. But anyway, so he did a little bit of matchmaking. And so Raphael, that's why Raphael in tarot is on the Lover's card, And so finally, now you're going to love this. This is the last card. This is what's coming in the near future. Knight of Water. In falling in love, okay? Falling in love, yay! So several things on this card. So when this dude shows up in your life, he really sweeps you off your feet. And so I try to be fair to the Knight of Water and just want to encourage you to try to stay grounded. It's really hard to stay grounded when you meet somebody new and you're kind of goo-goo over them and stuff like that. But it's like, try to stay grounded, try to balance the emotional and the mental. Don't go doing things, don't go repeating cycles that you have done in the past that got you this, okay? Take the stuff that you have learned by going within and meditation and stuff like that and apply it to the new relationship. But this is a really great card. Don't turn down any social invitations. So if you get invited to parties or get invited to events, go. All right? So there you go. So yes, I see a new boyfriend for you. And I see you getting swept off your feet. So try to stay grounded. All right. Let's see. Back to Instagram. Let's see. What does the number 911 mean for me? Well, let me look up 911, which I could just happen to be able to do really easily. Let's see. So 911. So 911 means it's very important that you keep a positive mindset concerning your spiritually based career ideas. Positive thoughts are your most important asset right now. So let's break that down a little bit. So what this is basically saying is that if you are self-employed, or if you are trying to create a spiritually based business, or even if you just have a typical 9-to-5 job, that it's very important to stay positive. Because with the two 11s, that is basically, those numbers basically are saying that you're manifesting stuff. And so the thoughts that you are putting out there are the things that you are going to bring back. It's typical basic law of attraction kind of stuff. So it's very important that you stay positive because that's what you're going to be manifesting. So I still feel like I want to pull a card for you. And so I'm going to do that from Angel Answers. All right, from Angel Answers. And let's just see what we have, what card we get that goes with that message of 911. That message of 911. All right. All right. Ask your angels. Okay. Ask your angels. So ask your angels. This is a card that says bring your angels in. And so if you're having a lot of difficulty with keeping your thoughts positive, ask the angels to help you. Now, one of the angels that's really great for this is Archangel Jophiel, the beauty of God, the beauty of God. And she comes in a fuchsia pink kind of color. This fuchsia pink color and she's also known for roses. So you might smell roses for no reason, or you might suddenly noticing that you're seeing roses all over the place. But so ask your angels for help. Ask Archangel Jophiel to keep your thoughts positive. Ask your guardian angels to be a part of any decisions or choices that you are making and to help you to stay positive. All right? Well, hello, Sierra. Long time no see. Sierra Sky has joined us. She is a lovely, lovely person whose radio show I used to be on a couple of times. So, hi, Sierra. It's good to see you. All right, so let's go back to Facebook. Oh, well, we have a theme today. So, Keisha wants to know, will love find me soon? So, okay, let's do that. So, I feel like I want to go to Fairy Tarot cards for Keisha. And let's see. You know, I'm actually not surprised to find this, that it is, because I noticed that the most popular card on Instagram that I have, card of the day, that I have posted this week is the one that's all about romance. And it's at like 9,300 views or something. So I'm sort of not surprised that this is the topic of the day. All right, so the first card that we have here is Five of Winter. So Five of Winter is a card about conflict. And so you may have had some conflict with past relationships. However, one of the things about the Five of Winter that I just seem to notice a lot is that conflict that we experience sometimes is something that is mirrored within ourselves. Something that is mirrored within ourselves that we really need to work on. Something that we really need to be working on. Now, also, one of the other things that this card is about is leaving behind dishonest or situations or associations that are not very good for us. And so, Keisha, I'm really wondering if you, in the not too distant future, really had to walk away from a relationship that was not good for you. I'm almost wondering if you had an unfaithful person in your romantic life and you really needed to walk away from that. So the next card is the Emperor. The Emperor. Now, one of the great things about getting to make your own card decks is that you can bring all kinds of symbolism into a card. I mean, it's like I really do try to keep tarot true, but also it's like I get to bring in things that I've observed about the cards, or I get to bring in things that I think that people don't realize. And so when people see the Emperor, they think that he's just this dude that sits on a throne and that he's all about organization and structure and discipline and, you know, and that's all true. However, you know, the thing about the Emperor is he really does have a heart. He really does care. I mean, he's doing all this stuff. He's doing all this stuff to help us because he loves us. He loves the people. Now, he loves. And so I put a heart floating over his other hand. There's the traditional world in one hand, but also a heart to show that he's not all just brainiac. He's also does have emotions. And so I think, so yes, I see you meeting somebody, quite possibly because the emperor is very often a captain of industry or a businessman, but someone who is in charge of something very important. So it could be the head of a department of any kind of thing. It could be the head of an accounting department, the head of the police department, the head of any whatever, but someone that's pretty high up, someone who has a lot of responsibility and does that very well, but also can balance the intellect with the emotion. So, so the last card is Two of Autumn. So this is our win. So Two of Autumn. So two can be 2 weeks, 2 months. It wouldn't be 2 years. It could be February. But I've never actually done it this way before. But as soon as I pulled this card up, I was thinking to myself, oh, the second month of autumn. So what is the second month of autumn? So it would be like November, right? Or the end of November, the 1st of December, 2 months into autumn, okay? That's when I think you're gonna meet somebody. Now, why this card, all right? Because there's 5 2s in tarot, so why this 2? I think it's because, look at this, look what this lovely little fairy is doing. She's juggling, right? She's juggling. You're gonna meet more than one person. And isn't that nice? I mean, isn't that nice that you're going to have multiple people suddenly pop into your life? That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But so here's the message I want you to take from that. As you juggle multiple opportunities in your romantic life, pay attention to what you like and what you do not like, because I think that's part of what this is all about. So there you go, Keisha. All right, so I have some news. I spent some time talking to Hay House's PR department, who I adore and love with all of my heart. And they just are so pleased that I'm doing Ask Grads and stuff. And they've asked me to please do Ask Grad twice a week. So we are going to be adding a second Ask Grad every week. We have, when I say we, it's always me and my amazing magical social media manager, Sherry. So we are working out the timing. I am going to be traveling like constantly in October. So don't worry, I will pre-record the angel messages for the week, for the Sundays that I'm on the road, but I'm not going to, because I'm traveling constantly, I'm literally only home 7 days in the month of October. So we'll pre-record them. You'll get your angel messages. You don't have to worry about that. And then in November, we will start having the second Ask Grad. That's hilarious. Ask Grad. My niece, when she was like 2 years old and stuff, and she couldn't say Radley, and I was Uncle Waggly. But anyway, so we'll be starting in November to having 2 Ask Grads a week. Don't know quite yet when, timing, because I want to try to make it a different time of day to try to hit different people, but we'll see how it works out. All right? Okay. All right, so that's that message. All right, back to Instagram. Let's see. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. So MH Suma says, is my life going in the right direction? What advice do my angels have for me regarding my life? So is my MH Suma, is my life heading in the right direction? So that sounds like a job for Archangel Power Tarot cards. Let's see what we have. Grant, hi, hug Grant. So Grant Virtue is here on Instagram. Grant Virtue is a dear friend of mine. He and his gorgeous, wonderful wife, Melissa. And so it's good to see you. They were in the hurricane thing, but they're perfectly safe and happy and healthy. And so we're so grateful for that. And it's so good to see you. All right, so back to Suma. I'm just going to call you Suma. Okay? I'm just going to call you Suma. All right, here we go. Okay, is your life headed in the right direction? I like Archangel Power Tarot cards for this. because this is the deck for self-confidence and for empowerment and those kinds of things. So the first card here is Five of Raphael. And so I am, oh, that's your name. Oh, yay, excellent. This makes sense to me. This makes sense to me is why Suma is asking this question. Because what do we have? We actually talked about this card a lot in the Certified Angel Tarot Card Reader course, because I do this thing where I post them a card today. I call them Watsies. Watsies. And the reason I call them Watsies is because it's what do you see in the card? And it's a way for them to learn about the cards, and they talk and they interact and they say what they see, and sometimes they see things I never even saw, and I made this card. So it's just a hoot and a half. Anyway, so what do you see in this card? Well, what do we see? We have this lovely young lady, and she has Archangel Raphael with her at the time. And there are all these packages laying on the floor. So she's opened all these packages, and it's almost in a way like she's searching for something, or trying to find the right gift or the right thing, or that she is seeking for. And so Archangel Raphael is actually pointing out to her, but my dear, look over there. There is still an unopened gift. You have not opened all of life's gifts yet. There is still something there for you. And so I think that Suma has been searching. She's been searching, and she's been opening all the presents and trying to figure out what do I need to do. So the next card for her is King of Michael. So King of Michael, he's very brilliant. He's very intelligent. He's got great ideas, great advice for people. So I don't know, Suma, if you've been seeking advice, but seek out advice from this guy. Whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, you could probably use a little more information in order to be able to get where you want to go. And get where you're going, you will. Have a look. King of Ariel. So this is abundance and prosperity and wonderful things coming to us. And so look for new options. Don't quit searching. Ask the right guy. Ask for advice. Ask for advice from people who know about what it is that you're interested in. And yes, you're going to get there. You're absolutely going to get there. Now, someone posted something that just sort of flew through, but one of the things that is very important to remember is that the universe is huge and amazing and full of magic and full of wonderful love and joy for you. And because of that, a reading that I do for Suma can also be a reading for you. So if that resonated for you, if that sounded, this sounds just exactly like my situation, embrace that. That's what makes the angel messages of the week work. That's why it works, is because the universe allows us to all get what we need out of any given message. Hi, Wendy. So, all right, so let's move back to Facebook. So Joyce, hi Joyce. Joyce is saying, I'm really struggling right now. Can I please get a message from my angels and their names, please? Sure. So Nathan and Lily. And so those are the two those are the two guardian angel names that I have for you, Nathan and Lily. So your question is, well, let's just see what Nathan has to say, shall we? So Nathan's voice to me sounds really, really deep. It's a really deep and low voice. And he says, dearest, we are so happy to get to speak to you through this magical format. We know that you have struggled to hear our voices. And so we reached out to catch Radley's eye, to send to you this information. Radley spoke of a card at the beginning of this episode that was the wheel. This card is very important for you right now. While your life seems wild and sometimes out of control, like the caribou, the peace and joy and calm times reflected to be similar to the reindeer is coming into your life soon. The wheel shows where things have not moved, and then they begin to move. The golden pears, as Radley mentioned, are prosperity and abundance, but also enjoying the fruits of your labors. Please also consider the pears to be an indicator to check your diet, and make sure that you are loving your body in the way that it deserves. Better times are coming. Joy will return. Please spend time in meditation or contemplation and trust the messages that come, for they are truly from your loved ones, Nathan and Lily. Okay, there you go. All right, Joyce, there you go. Okay, so back to Instagram. So let's see. Feeling fleur bleu, feeling extraordinarily indecisive and unable to decipher how I feel about it. Looking for some clarity about a possible move across the country. Fleur bleu. All right, a possible move across the country. So that makes me feel like once again that I want to kind of go back to Archangel Power Tarot cards for that. So let's see. Fleur. I'll just call you Fleur. All right, so let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I could see that. But I mean, these are really positive cards, Fleur, all of them. I just need to make sure Instagram keeps moving. There we go. These are really positive cards, Fleur. So the first card is Nine of Raphael. Now, I wonder if you're moving away from a shoreline or moving to a shoreline, because we have a shoreline. But this is also a really happy, joyful card, right? There's an old idiom that I learned when I first started reading cards that was about this card, and it's Nine of Raphael, dream comes true, what you want now comes to you. But even more than that, I think that when this card shows up, it really wants to say to you, what do you want? I mean, and I know you said you're feeling ambivalent and you can't quite make up your mind, but really the card wants you to choose. The universe always wants us to choose. The universe is always asking, always, what do you want? The problem is that we don't communicate very well, or we focus on the negative or our confusion in this particular case. And so what do we get? We get the negative or more confusion. But the reason why I think this looks good for you to do the move is we have King of Gabriel. This also happens to be the card of the day today. Yes, this is the card of the day today. So that's some nice affirmation for you. Excuse me. And so, but this is very, very successful card, very positive, getting really wonderful things. Again, another coast. But we're in a boat, and the 6 of Michael is the end of troubled times, the end of troubled times, but also moving right along, right? Pick up your dog and go. Do you have a dog? Pick up your pet and go. Okay, so it looks really, really positive to me. So yeah, I'd say go for it. I also kind of like it that the last card that I pulled for you is blue. There you go. All right, let's go back to Facebook. Let's see. Oh, hi, Laura. Laura Blesh is one of my students. Hi, how you doing? Okay, let's see. So KT Marie says, hi Radley, I applied for this job and I wanted to know what the angels have to say about it and just some overall guidance. Namaste. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Applied for a job. That sounds like fairy tarot cards to me. So let's see. Well, it feels good because they asked me to shuffle 8 times, and 8 times is abundance and prosperity, so that feels kind of good. All right. So the first card that we have here for you is the 4 of Autumn. The 4 of Autumn. So the 4 of Autumn is a card that I call these duality cards in my Certified Angel Tarot Reader course. Duality cards. And it's either this or that. And it's usually thought of as spending too much money. Yes, Fleur does have a dog to take with her. See? Anyway, so it's usually either spending too much money or hoarding it, but it can also be other things in the situation of where we are like giving too much of ourselves or just building walls and not giving anything to anybody else. Now, but let's think about this card from the point of your question. Look at the symbolism that we created here. We have a beautiful young woman. She's actually doing very well, but when she looks in the mirror, all she sees is poverty. All she sees is what is lack. All she sees is that what she does not have. See that? And so, so I think that what this is basically saying is that you need to stay positive because things are actually better than you think they are. The next card for you is release, okay? Release. So let go of the past. Don't focus on the negative. Again, that's that. But also look at the bottom down here. It says time to move on. Time to move on. And because the last card is the dreamer, there it is, the dreamer. This is a leap of faith. This is going after what you truly, truly want. So I interpret this as it's time to move on from the situation you are currently in and accept the great job that's coming, but also don't settle, okay? So if the job that you are applying for isn't going to make you happy, then I want you to instead go after what would make you happy because you will be successful in getting what you want. All right? Okay, so back to Instagram. Okay. So Hippie Love says it is her birthday. I don't know if it's a her or not. I'm guessing. Hippie Love says it is her birthday this week and wants to know if there are any messages. So I'm feeling like I want to switch back to where we started at the beginning, Animal Tarot cards. Animal Tarot cards. And see what message we have. Okay. Okay. Oh, yay. Okay, so the first card is Six of Summer. Six of Summer. So this is a card that often talks about childhood or children. And so it's a card where we sort of want to take time to reflect and to think back about things that we might have wanted when we were children or things that we wanted in the past. And see if we want to bring those back into our lives. Now, that's a very timely message for someone whose birthday is this week, right? Oftentimes with birthdays, one of the things that we do is we take a moment to reflect and we think about, oh, Kim Miller, it's my birthday week too. Consider this on Facebook, Kim Miller. Consider this to be your reading too, all right? In fact, if it's your birthday this week, here's your reading, okay? All right. So birthdays are a time when we do tend to reflect back. Now the thing about Six of Summer is that it's important to remember to look at the past in a truthful and genuine way. On the one hand, let's not romanticize it. Let's not go back and think, oh gosh, things were so much better when I was 22 or whatever. Because probably when you were 22, it might have been better, or it might have been that you just were dying to be 42 or something. But don't romanticize the past. But also this is a term I use, I made it up. It's called horribilizing, okay? That's also in the Cheaty book, horribilizing. Don't horribilize the past either. Don't look at the past and go, it's like, oh, God, he was awful. I hated that guy. He was terrible to me, blah, 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 blah. Don't overblow it. Look at the past in a genuine way. But also, like I said at the beginning when I started with this card, think about what things in life you might have wanted in the past that are missing right now that should be brought back to the forefront. The next card is Seven of Autumn. Ooh, cow. So Seven of Autumn is a card that really talks about how the things that we put forth are going to grow. Have a look. There's the cornfield, but the corn is not ripe yet. It's not done yet. So this is a card that says put in place plans to have a more joyful life, to get what you want out of life from this card, and then plant them, all right? Till the soil, metaphorically speaking, but be patient. It's going to take a little bit of time, But look at the end. Remember, this was part of our messages, our angel messages for the week of September 18th through the 24th that I did at the very beginning of this episode of Ask Rad. And this is it's the star, it's happiness, it's joy, it's getting what you want. All right? So the traditional symbolism of this card is a woman holding two urns and pouring out water. And so we kept that. See, the bird is on an urn and the water is pouring out without any fear that there won't be enough. So for those of you who are saying something about animal tarot cards, they are shipping now. So if you got them from Barnes & Noble, they are shipping. If you got them from Amazon or Hay House, they will not ship until the 1st of October. But oh my God, that is soon, right? It's soon. So I can't believe it's almost October. I feel like it should be June, maybe. What about you, right? June, maybe? Anyway, so for those of you who are just joining us, this is Ask Rad. And so at the beginning of this video, I'm doing this now every single week. Oops, I keep doing this because the animal tarot cards and the fairy tarot cards, they work really, really well together because fairies are all about nature and animals and stuff like that. And so we kept the suits the same. They're the seasons, spring, summer, winter, fall. And so I keep doing this over and over. I keep accidentally putting the animal tarot cards in with the fairy tarot cards. I just keep doing it. Anyway, so if you're just tuning in, I am now doing a weekly angel message to tell you what to expect for each individual week. And let me tell you, if you didn't see it, it is going to be an amazing blockbuster week. So when this video is over, if you want, you can go back and play the first 8 minutes and hear the angel messages for the week of September 18th through the 24th that give you an update on what to expect for this week. All right, so back to Facebook. All right, let's see. Thank you, Mary. Mary's just saying she loves the animal deck. Yay. Okay. So Dana says she keeps coming across Archangel Michael. So for those of you who don't know about angels, Archangel Michael is one of the most popular archangels. He comes in a sort of a navy blue kind of color. With sometimes with little gold tints around it. He's all about protection and safety. He's also all about life purpose. So if you're confused about your life purpose, it's a really good, Archangel Michael's a really great guy to have a little conversation with. So, and his name means he who is like God. He who is like God. So Archangel Michael, okay. See, Archangel Michael, so here's the thing about doing angel work. So when I sit down here, mostly I'm sitting down here and I know that I'm mostly going to be talking to people's guardian angels. And so I sort of like ramp up my sensitivity so that I can do that. Well, Archangel Michael is just like, boom, right? So it's like, as soon as I tuned in, I was like, so it's like, so I'll tune it down, you tune it down, we'll be okay. All right, so Archangel Michael is saying that Dana, this is actually a thing about life purpose, that it is time for you to take the next steps to go after your life purpose. That he will be there to keep you safe and protected, but the whole thing about doubting yourself and being in fear about going after what you really want is really growing tedious for you. Not for him, he's fine, but growing tedious for you. The lack of movement, the lack of moving forward, the lack of being on your path really is starting to take a toll on you from the standpoint of your positive viewpoint about life. He's willing to help you with whatever it is you need from that. He's showing me the color of emerald green, and I think he's doing that because of Archangel Raphael. So if you need healing, physical healing, or if your situation is such that, let me write that down. If your situation is such that what you want to do for a life purpose is about healing, then bring Archangel Raphael into that as well. So as I said the words, Archangel Raphael, a dear friend of mine, Erica Longdon, who is currently in a healing process from some surgery that she had, and therefore is also needing Archangel Raphael, popped up on the screen. So Erica, that's for you. Sending you Archangel Raphael. I know that he's your best bud anyway, but get better. And saying hi to Bridget and Doug Parvin, dear friends of mine, and also Bridget is a soon to be published Hay House author. All right, so let's go back to Instagram. Let's see. Okay, so who was that? That was Jennifer wants a reading on love. So I'm going to go for that back to, well, I haven't used Guardian Angel Tarot cards today, and I don't want to not give them love. So let's use Guardian Angel Tarot cards for Jennifer. Okay, let's see what we have. All right. Woo. Okay, that's good. So the first card is Ten of Thought, Ten of Thought. And Ten of Thought is a card that is all about something ending. So it could be that you've had a relationship that has ended, or this could be that that the challenges of a current relationship are about to end, or it could also be that it's just time to leave the past behind. It's time to leave the past behind. Now the next card we get is Three of Emotion. Three of Emotion. All right, so this is a happy card. This is a card about love and relationships and happiness and even getting married and stuff like that. So if you're in a current relationship, you might see that relationship suddenly find new life. If you're looking for a relationship, then this is really, really promising. And here is a card that will tell us a little bit about what that person would look like. So this is the Helper of Action. Now, in court cards, just remember that we don't care about genders, okay? We're not thinking about gender. So even though this is a guy, if what Jennifer is looking for is not a guy, then that's okay too, because what we really care about is the aspects of this particular card. So this card is to someone who is self-assured, capable, enthusiastic, does everything with a smile. This is a really awesome person. This is the equivalent of the Knight of Fire and Angel Tarot cards. So meeting somebody with those attributes is what is coming. If you are already in a relationship, then treat that relationship with those kinds of attributes. Remember that, try to look for the blessings that come from the relationship. All right, so that's for Jennifer. All right, guys, so we are pretty much out of time. So just to, if you're just tuning in, a few repeats. This Ask Rad, I've started doing angel messages of the week, all right? And so at the first 8 minutes of this is the cards that tell us what kind of week we're going to be having, and gosh darn it, it was so good. I'm so excited about this week. It's going to be a great week. So if you missed that, once this is posted on Facebook and Instagram, it'll be posted on YouTube later. Go back to the beginning and see what the cards were for the week of September 18th through the 24th, so that you can be excited about the week as well. Also, I made an announcement for those of you who didn't hear it, that I am going to be adding at Hay House's request a second Ask Rad every week. So we'll be doing Ask Rad twice a week, and starting in November. I'm on the road almost all of October. And so I can't do it in October, so we'll be starting in early November to have a second Ask Rad every week. So in the meantime, I hope you guys have that same magical week that the cards are predicting, and I will see you again next Sunday. In the meantime, always remember, life is magic.